I welcome all the first PUC students to the next session, sixth session of units and dimensions. So in this session, first we shall understand what is accuracy of measurement. Accuracy, how accurate your measurement is. Accuracy is a measure of how close the measured value to the true value. Suppose the distance between 2 points is some 8.7 centimeter. This is the true value. Okay? So you will take a scale and measure this as 8.4 centimeter or 8.6 centimeter by using instruments. So which value is more accurate? This is more accurate because this is very close to this. That is the meaning of this. Accuracy means how close the measured value to the true value. If you make measurements, true value is something, your measured value will deviate to certain extent. There will be a small difference. So how close the measured value? Here accuracy is less, here accuracy is more. That is the meaning of that. Okay. Precision of measurement. Precision means the limit to which the value is measured. The limit to which the value is measured. Okay, again I will come back. The next one is least count. Using any instrument, suppose if you take a scale, in this scale, what is the least possible measurement? 0.1 centimeter. Below that you can't measure. That is the minimum measurement that you can make using this ordinary scale or the scale from your geometry box. Okay? That minimum measurement by an instrument is called least count. Least, the name itself says. Okay? For a scale, least count is 0.1 centimeter. Similarly, using a slide caliper, we can do measurements. You will do those things in the lab. The least count is 0.01 centimeter. Similarly, using screw gauge, that is another instrument. You are going to do this measurement in the lab. So the least count is 0.001 centimeter. Okay? Now you observe here. So if you use ordinary scale, the precision is less, the accuracy is up to the first decimal place itself. You can't say the second decimal place using this ordinary scale. Okay? So using a slide caliper, you can measure to the second decimal place, up to second decimal place. Okay? So in this screw gauge, you can measure up to third decimal place. The limit is after the 3 decimal places. Here 2 decimal places, only 1 decimal places. If you use screw gauge, precision of measurement will be more. Precision is more. Precision is less. Precision is still less. The limit to which the value is measured, the limit is up to third decimal place. That is the meaning of precision. If you use the same instrument, suppose you are using screw gauge, you will measure the thickness of the scale using screw gauge. You will repeat the experiment 10 times. In 10 trials, you will get 5 different values. 1 or 2 values may repeat, or all of them may be different. Okay, in this decimal place or in this decimal place. The exact value is different, true value is different. Out of 10 values, 10 trials, which value is very close to the true value. That is the meaning of accuracy. That measurement, that measured value is more accurate. Okay? This is about accuracy, precision, and least count. Okay? Yes. So, knowing these things, we shall move to the next thing, that is error. Error. This is a very, very important concept to be understood very clearly. Okay? Yes. So, first you know that, suppose if we make any measurement, suppose if I make a measurement, the distance between these 2 points is 8.735 centimeter using this scale. The least count itself is 0.1 centimeter. Therefore, what can you say about this measurement? This digit is trustworthy. You can believe this digit. You can believe even this digit also. But what can you say about these things? These digits cannot be measured. You can't say these digits using this ordinary scale. Okay? So, therefore, these place values cannot be predicted using a scale, ordinary scale. There are uncertainties in these decimal places. These uncertainties in a measurement, see, uncertain cannot be found, not known. That is the meaning of that. So, if I ask this scale, what shall I write in this place? This scale says, I can't do that. That is called uncertainty. What shall I write here? No, I can't measure to that extent. My limit is up to this. Okay? Be very clear, observe clearly. Please understand, the concept is very, very important. These uncertainties in a measurement is called error. Every measurement involves uncertainties called errors. Okay? So, if you use one good instrument, your precision, your accuracy, your precision may be up to 10 decimal place, but uncertainty exists in the 11th decimal place. Therefore, every measurement involves uncertainties or errors. Therefore, in physics, no measurement can be exact. Okay? Yes, in Kannada, there is one song, Tappu Madadavnellavane. Like that, every measurement involves uncertainties or errors. Okay. So, these errors, there are different kinds of errors, are broadly classified into systematic errors and random errors. Okay? Oh, fine. The word is systematic errors. Okay. The errors for which the cause for their existence, is known. Why these errors are existing? What is the cause for this error? If you know the reason for that, such errors are called systematic errors. Suppose zero error. If a scale has certain zero error, then that can be corrected because the cause is known. Parallax error. Parallax error means the error which is due to the direction of weaving. I will get you explained in future. Okay? Right. These two errors are systematic errors. Random errors. Random, the name itself signifies randomness. Why the behavior is like this? Okay? The reason is not known. The errors for which the cause for their existence is not known. Okay? Why there is uncertainties in these measurements? We didn't know. Suppose if a measurement is repeated a number of times by an instrument, by the same person at the same place, same measurement is repeated, the values are likely to vary. We will get different values. In 4th and 5th decimal places, the values varies. Why the values varies? We didn't know. Because instrument is same, person is same, measurement is same. That is why such errors are called random errors. Okay? These errors, systematic errors, can be completely eliminated. Why? Because the reason is known. But these errors cannot be completely eliminated because the cause for their existence is not known. Okay? But we can minimize these errors, random errors. How to minimize random errors? If he does more and more number of trials, if we take the mean value as a probability curve, yes, so the random error can be minimized by increasing the number of trials. Okay? So this is about systematic errors and random errors. Then, so we shall move to absolute error. Absolute. Okay? Absolute means positive attitude. In mathematics also they will say mod x. Mod x is always positive. Whatever you say, the value may be negative, but the absolute value is always positive. That is the meaning of absolute. Absolute error. That means if A1 is the measured value and A is the true value of the measurement, what is the true value? A. Okay. The difference between the measured value and the true value of a measurement is called absolute error. This may be negative or positive, but absolute error is always positive because it is 1. The word itself says. Okay? That is the difference between the measured value and the true value is called absolute error. Okay. Then relative error. Relative error, or it is also called fractional error. The ratio of absolute error to the true value is called relative error. That ratio with respect to this is called relative error. Then percentage error. The name itself says. Relative error multiplied by 100 gives, this is with respect to 1 because it is, we have divided by the true value. So with respect to 100 for every 100, that means the percentage error, relative error into 100 gives percentage error. So in future you are going to calculate all these things. So know these things very clearly. Understand the concept of error very clearly because it is very useful even to our life also. Okay? So we should minimize errors. Errors cannot be completely eliminated. Okay. So then error formulas to find errors. So in physics we are going to get so many types of equations or relations. That is, okay, V is equal to U plus AT. There are so many things. E is equal to mc square. Kinetic energy is given by half mv square. Potential energy is mgh. Ohm's law, V is equal to Ri. There are so many kinds of relations. If the relations are like this, that Z equals A plus B or A minus B, it may be sum or difference. The formula to find the error is the absolute error in the result is sum of the absolute errors of these things. It may be plus or minus, the error gets added up. This is very important. Okay? Yes. Make the clear observation. Careful observation is very much necessary to be systematic. Okay. The next one. Suppose if the equation is like this, z equals the product of two physical quantities A and B, or z equals A divided by B. Whether you may multiply or divide, the fractional error, that is the relative error, gets added up. Okay? If it is sum or difference, add absolute errors. If there is multiplication or division, add relative error. So know these two formulas very clearly. So if we apply these two things to this, suppose z equals some x square or a square can be written as a plus a into a. Therefore, so in the place of b I have a. Therefore, this is also delta a by a. Therefore, it becomes twice this. This square comes here. Similarly, if I have the formula like this, so the error formula will be delta z by z equals p into this relative error of a, q into relative error of b, r into relative error of c, the general formula to find errors. So, for example, if I have the relation for kinetic energy E equals half mv square, the relative error in the kinetic energy is, so half is an exact value, it has no error. This is. So the error in mass, twice the error, plus twice the error in velocity. This is how we can use these error formulas to find the errors in physical equations. You respected young friends, know the concept of accuracy. Be very clear. If you have any doubts, please speak to. So send your questions. We know what is precision, least count, then error, the classification of errors. Okay? With this, I will conclude errors. In the next session, we shall see approximations and significant figures. Thank you.